Warpath. I want to blast a path through to Cosmos. The only thing you have to worry about is zap! How big a path you want! Bam!
Welcome back to the Titanium Hangar. This is Mike. Today I want to talk to you about the NewAge 70 Oddball. Their take on a very G1-esque Warpath. And I've got to say that, is it good or is it bad? Am I going to tell you in this? Yes. I'm actually going to compare it to Magic Square. I actually feel like NewAge is going in a new direction with scaling for their mini-bots. And I'm pleased with that. But you got to watch this video to figure that out. Or look at the screenshot that I show. But anyway, I did get this H70 store. I'm going to link down below. And I do talk about this. As I've spent more time with it, I do think that its paint is similar to Fans Toys. I think I say it's superior in here, but I think the more I handle it, it is about the same as the Fans Toys paint job that we got. But anyway, a lot of good things on this. Let's get in and take a look at Oddball. And I'll try not to be an oddball. Coming up! Here is the packaging, and it looks a little bit retro-esque to start in a tank mode, I guess. Kind of similar to what they do in the past. You got a picture of them in the bot mode. And that's packaging. I like the window. Right, here he is out of the package, and first thing I want to say is this is close to, not exactly, but close to the paint on the Fans Toys version, on the Masterpiece version. But yeah, it looks pretty good overall. It's a nice looking setup, a good tank, solid, pretty much front to back. No wheels on it though, and you can kind of see how things tuck up under it there, but that's still pretty good. Pretty nice. I do like this blast effect that clips on. It's kind of the same, similar type one that Ramen Toys is doing with their tanks that they're making. But yeah, it looks good. It's a nice look to it. If you want, I'm not sure if the cartoon ever did it, but the original toy did it, and they maintained that even though it does some different stuff. It still maintains that head can pop up like the vintage toy. So a whole lot of fun that can go on with this, that can happen with this. Now I'm trying to remember if I have the vintage toy handy. I should. But yeah, it looks good. It's not too small, not too tiny. I guess really the only thing to do at this point with it in this mode is to do comparisons. All right, let's get a top-down comparison view shot on this. This one here is the original vintage one. What do I got wrong on it? Seems just a little bit too high up there. But as you can see, the vintage one's a little bit longer than it, but this one's beefier. It's a much beefier, more of a tank. Look, this is MPH, which they do not claim to be Legend scale. But I bought it to kind of put on a Legend shelf. Even though they don't claim to be Legend scale, it's a nice little tank. But it's nothing like this. I kind of wonder, is there a hole? Nope, there's no hole. I was going to put the blast effect in there if there was a hole in there. But anyhow, that's how that looks. Let's get some other Legends comparisons going here. From my mind's eye here, I believe this is a good scale for pretty much everything. I know a tank would be way bigger than this in the real world. But for all the figures to scale together well, this is fine with me. So the alt mode is fine scale-wise with me. I don't know if I'd want it as big. If it's like double this size, then it would be getting into mainline territory. Now getting into the transformation here, we are going to disconnect this. Like so. And then we're going to fold them up. And then we are going to disconnect the back piece. Okay, these two tabs right here so that you can free up the arms. And they'll come unhooked from this tab, this hook right here. And then we start to be able to bring down the legs, disconnecting the legs. And then this is kind of a mushroom peg right there. Sort of. It's a nice, really thick tab. And then we're going to start working on the foot. So we're going to bring the leg down. That reveals the hip. And then we need to kind of straighten all this out. Make the foot. And First thing we need to do is take care of this piece that is going to... Is it stuck on this QC tab? Open up, and then there's a tab right here, and that tab is going to just seat into this slot. And then this just flips around, and we make 1 foot. So there's a little bit of Tetrising around. I think I need to raise this up just a bit. Got it down kind of low. So we're going to bring down the hip, and then we're going to straighten out the leg, flip it around at the thigh swivel, which is really nice to have a nice thigh swivel on it. Then we are going to fold this piece up, and then all this whole thing's going to come around. We have to get this tab aligned. That folds up 1 more fold. There we go. That's how the tab fits in there. Just did it a minute ago. Legs are done. Lots of fun going on there. Then we got some stuff going on with the top. We can hinge this up. Well, let's get the head up here. Hinge this up. Fold these pieces in. Push in, because you can see when you push this in, that goes all the way in. Then you can fold this down and hinge the head into position. And we've got the torso pretty much ready to go. Let's fold this up. And let's get the shoulders into place. And then this will fold up. Now we need to just adjust down the arms. And we're going to fold the fist out and then transition this forward. So it untabs from there, transitions to there. This side here, once it's up, seat it completely into place here. I didn't seat the other one completely into place, I guess. That's why it felt a little bit, I don't know, squishy. Let's get that up here. All right, doing this last arm, just like the other one. Fold the hand out, untab the rear tread, fold it forward, bend the elbow, and we're there. Not a bad transformation. 4 minutes. All right, taking a look at this guy. I think he does look pretty good. Not a bad looking MINIBOT, and I have to say, I'm probably going to have to round up some other MINIBOTs here, but it's taller than I thought. It is. It's taller than I was thinking he was going to be. So now I got to get the Magic Square MINIBOTs and see what the magic looks like when we do comparisons. But, yeah, he looks pretty good. Normally with this character, the feet are my biggest problem. They are big, but they seem to work. The feet seems to work. I like that they look like feet. They look like feet, not just a jumbled clump of mess. So that's nice. That works. I do like the color. I like the paint. And you do get this little exploding thing. It still works like it did in the alt mode, except should he have a gun? I don't know. Can he hold this in his hand? Probably not. It's probably not the right millimeter. He could hold it this way, if need be. I mean, what am I going to do with this? Put it back in the box? So that's one of those weird things. It's a cool accessory. But when he's in alt mode, it's only good in alt mode. But let's get into articulation so that we can get into comparisons. Clean for the back, too. All right, his head up, way down because of transformation. Side to side, very, very tiny little neck. His shoulder goes out to there. He can do a very, very tight 360. Remember, nothing's ratcheted on these. Nothing wretched. The bicep swivel is at the elbow, which is fine. And it's double jointed. And nothing really with the hand other than move it side to side, which I guess I had it cockeyed. And another problem with this character usually is giant forearm kibble. I mean, he has it. It's almost like intentional. It's almost like they could have left it on the rear of this and they said, nope, we're not going to do that because the character is supposed to be on his forearms. So that's why they did it like that. We do have waist swivel. We do have ab crunch, like almost Magic Square level ab crunch. Then we have hiding hip flap. It's actually the hiding the pin as it goes. Very, very tight. So pretty close to 90 degrees either direction. Hey, you can get him running really good. Oh, that is tight. Out to the side. Thigh swivel is actually at the thigh. And then the knee is just a 90. And then the foot, there's just a little bit of movement in the foot. Very little movement in that foot. I don't really think you need it that much, but there it is. A good looking figure. Actually, I'm impressed. I'm actually quite impressed how well this one turned out. All right, here he is compared to the G1. He's a G1-er, and yeah, it looks way better than the G1, of course. Coloration is a little bit more accurate, I guess you could say, than the G1. Actually, you know what? I would have liked a brighter look. Maybe this isn't as bright as what we were going to get from the Fans Toys coloration-wise. But I think it still looks pretty good. Color-wise, it works. I would like even more metallic paint than this. Here's adding in the MPH, and I'm going to say, like, the MPH almost held it with some of these other New Age options we're going to see here, size-wise, scale-wise, but there's the MPH in there if you want to see that. That's one of the most recent ones that's come out. Here's two of the Hasbro versions that I have, which I don't use them for anything, so to be able to use them in a video, I guess, is nice to actually use them in video. This is the Generations one, which is not really that G1. This one is more G1, but I prefer this one, oddly enough. Just, I think it's a better looking figure. This one has that giant feet. So we can get the idea of what I'm talking about with the feet. And I don't have a lot of examples of this. I kind of want to get it a little bit closer in here. But you can see, this is Magic Square. This is New Age. And as you can see with the New Age stuff, most of it is just very, very, very small. And I guess you could argue that's how small they're supposed to be. But with the New Age stuff, which he's fallen over, I like a lot of the New Age stuff, and I like the designs. They're just smaller than Magic Square, and some of the Magic Square designs are the best. I try to integrate them as best as I can. I'll say this. This Oddball will integrate very well, and according to some comparison pictures, I think we're going to see their gears come out almost the same size as Magic Square's. I think that New Age is playing a new scale game. If we can get this guy in here. Magic Square on this side, New Age on this side. You decide. All right, so this is my look at the New Age Oddball. It is their number 70, and he's the Warrior. They're taking a very G1-esque, and very G1-esque look. Warpath. I think they did a good job with them. I think that it looks good. I kind of like the paint on it. I was more excited about the paint in the alt mode. For some reason, in the bot mode, it doesn't look as shiny and reflective as it did in the alt mode, but transformation is not that bad. I call this pose the Running Man. I call this one the Sprinkler. Anyway, what do you guys think about this guy? Is this one you're interested in? If you are interested in this, they do have it at Show Z. TH in the reviewer code helps the channel out. What do you think about Warpath? What do you think about Legends? Like and subscribe. Teddy here out.
Autobots, transform! Roll out!